Let's be honest, guys. England are extremely lucky to even still be in this competition right now. That was insane. Jude Bellingham is a special player, and those players you need. And I say this time and time again when we cover the Liverpool games, is that you need those players that can change the game with a stroke of a boot, and at the times that you need it. And Jude Bellingham did that exactly. Slovakia were tough. They were very good technical side. They knew exactly what they needed to do to beat England, but they were not able to hold on for the full 96 minutes, man. And Jude saves England at the last gasp. They come on, those subs, they were good. In hindsight, it makes Gareth Southgate look like a tactical genius with those subs and saving the other ones for extra time, where everyone else was like, why aren't you putting different people on? So I mean, football is such a crazy sport, man. And this is the reasons why we love this game. It's because of moments just like this. And Jude comes out and says, who else? He said, who else? So he's him. He knows he's him, even when they're having bad games. I think that's what makes you world class. When you have bad games and you still can affect the game. And Judah showed that today. Ivan Tony coming on. We've been begging for someone like him or Ollie Watkins to come on to give an injection of pace into the game, and he came on, created that second goal for Kane to put it in, and it's not looking great for England, but you'll take this result. You'll take this result if you're Gareth Southgate and that team. Your path to the final is a lot less intense as the other top teams are right now, and you will take that result 10 days out of 10. But this Switzerland team that they're going to be playing next has been playing really well. I read a stat that Granit Xhaka has only been dispossessed one time in this entire tournament. I think if they don't figure out the midfield situation, Gareth Southgate and his team, I think Granit Xhaka runs that game from midfield with his physicality and his passing range, and might bang one in from long range. I feel like he's due one at this time. But Kobe Mainu definitely looked better in the middle of that pitch. He kind of faded towards the end of that of regular time, and I could see why he kind of got the hook. And they still haven't kind of figured it out. And I'll say England looked much better when Foden came off the field. I thought it was Harry Kane. And you have that conundrum, like I mentioned in the last video, is that what do you do with Harry Kane? You have one of the best goal scorers in the world right now, and one of the best goal scorers in England's history, who looks a little disjointed. But you don't want to take him off because he can produce moments like that. It's the Cristiano Ronaldo conundrum that Portugal also have, right? So when Foden came off and everything kind of improved and got better and looked more fluid, it made me think. It made me think, man. I don't know. Foden is a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's classy. Don't get me wrong. But is he more of a system player than we think? I know there's a lot of Manchester City fans who will fight that statement. And whenever they hear it, they it's not very fun for them to kind of have an argument with that. But you have to look at it when he plays for England, he looks like a different player, right? Um, so I'm wondering, does Eze get the nod next game? Because he looked great when he came on. He looked much better, more fluid, even filled in at left back a little bit, which is kind of crazy. Cole Palmer gave a lot more balance on that right hand side. Saka was kind of playing in a wing back overlapping. I don't know. I don't know what Southgate was doing. And I don't know what the solution is. But I think he's going to have to be brave, like I've mentioned in video after video, and sacrifice some of these players for continuity and a more fluid side. And I was reading a comment on Twitter, and we'll end on this. We won't make this one super long. I was reading a comment on Twitter about how England don't have very good technical players. And I started thinking about this because everyone in the comments was absolutely roasting this guy. And I think it was actually a podcast as well. And I think it's true. I think it's true. You look at Spain and you look at Germany, who have a Fabian Ruiz or a Tony Cruz in their engine room, who are metronomes, right? Who can dictate the pace of the game, not necessarily control the game, because I don't think the game can be controlled by one player. Um, for the most part, but they can dictate the pace of the game. And when you have a guy like Tony Cruz who's press proven, you can't take the ball off of him, and he can decide if the game is going to go at 100 miles per hour or if he's going to slow the game down to a complete stop and then lace one from 100, 70 yards, 50 yards, all the way across field to Musiala, right? Who's going to pick it up and dribble it past your entire team and put it in the back of the net. England don't have that. They don't have that type of talent where you have a Musiala and you have a Tony Cruz or you have a Lamine Yamal and you have a Nico Williams. These type of players that can literally determine an outcome of the game and have a massive impact on the game for a majority of the game. Yes, they do have game changers, as we've seen today with Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham, who are able to come in and have a moment, right? You know, I've been hearing a lot of the commentaries about, yes, this team is capable of having moments, but are they capable to have the quality that's needed to actually, get even deeper into this tournament and win it, right? That's the question. And I think they do have that in their reserves in Adam Warden and Trent Alexander-Arnold, but it's almost like Southgate doesn't trust those players to do those things. Trent is probably the best passer in the world right now, and Adam Wharton is an equivalent, a young. I'd say he could potentially be a young version of a Tony Cruz, of that deep lying midfielder who, ooh, ooh, he's checking everywhere when before he even gets the ball, and he's sliding passes into the forward players. You can't get the ball off of him. I'm really surprised he hasn't even gotten a shot. I'm even more surprised that we haven't seen Joe Gomez in the left back position, where he's played, I think, probably half the season for Liverpool. Instead, he decides to put Saka at left back. I don't know what's going to happen, what's going to go on, but I say it all the time: champions are made of teams that can get results even when they don't play well. I think that's championship material stuff. I get it. It doesn't look pretty. It's not amazing. It's not fun to watch as an England fan. But if you can still grind out results while playing poorly, it's a good sign. So let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Where do England go from here? Are they still favorites in this tournament? Do they go far? Do they push? Do they contend and actually win this thing? You let me know. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe onto this channel if you haven't. If you are already a member of the channel, share it with a friend. Let's keep growing. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you next time. Peace.